Hey, my name is Mark. I'm a 45-year-old health coach, personal trainer, educator, and we'll say semi-retired natural pro bodybuilder. In 2009, I went through an amazing transformation. I lost 55 pounds on my way to winning the INBF Amateur World Championships against 19 other lightweights to earn my WNBF Pro card. After 15 years in retirement, we'll tease it right out the gate here is I am making my comeback. I am going to get back on stage again in 2025, sometime later this fall. More to come on that. So as impressive as my transformation was in 2009, losing 55 pounds and a ton of body comp and adding muscle all at the same time, in the last 7 months, I've lost 78 pounds. And now I'm in the stage where I'm putting muscle back on. So exciting times for me, for sure. For you, it's an opportunity to learn the tips and tricks that I use along the way to continually transform my body. I like to think, I'm at this point, after even just these two transformations, that I am a transformation specialist. I've actually done this other times before. I've helped other figure and bodybuilder competitors do the same, and really hundreds of clients along the way. So a little bit more about me and my background. So again, I'm a personal trainer. I first got certified in 2002. I'm also a health coach, been a health coach for over 10 years. So needless to say, I've worked with, at this point, hundreds of clients. And I was also a manager in a luxury gym setting. So I've managed other trainers, I've managed other managers, I've certified health coaches. Myself, I'm a nutrition coach, a sleep coach, movement coach, posture. I work really well with injuries, rehab type of stuff. I'm really big on the recovery aspect. So especially somebody like myself being over 40, I've learned that recovery is not what it was 15 years ago. Shit, it's not what it was 5 years ago, let's be honest, right? So that's going to be a big focal point on this channel, is not just transforming your body wherever your body may be right now, but also kind of doing it from the lens of somebody who's over 40. Again, if you're over 40, you've got at minimum, you have some bangs and bruises. More likely you have some type of injuries, and knowing that previous injuries are the number one predictor of injury now. That's something also I'm gonna be kind of going through, because you can look at me as I'm all sorts of busted up. I don't look at myself that way anymore. There was a time, especially early on, but I was in a high-speed car accident in 2005, blowing some discs in my lower back, getting some whiplash. I started having hip issues and shoulder issues thereafter due to the misalignment in my spine. I've had left arthroscopic shoulder surgery. I've torn my right hamstring 3 times now, my right calf. I broke my left wrist, on and on and on, right? But a lot of these injuries were sustained before I turned pro. So again, that kind of gives credence to not only the transformation, the weight loss, the adding muscle, but also how was I able to do all that while managing all the injuries that I have. I think that's kind of the we'll call it the secret sauce. So my primary goal in starting this channel is really just to pay it forward. Um, Sharing everything that I've learned throughout my 20 plus years in the health and fitness industry, in the bodybuilding trenches, um, sharing the knowledge I've accumulated, the education, the experiences. If those in any way can help you in your life today, then that's a big win for me. That's very rewarding, and that's why I got into this industry in the first place. So I'm new to the content creation. So you're going to see from this video and videos down the line. Hopefully, you see that the evolution in what I'm able to offer, especially from a technical standpoint. Try to make these videos a little fancier for y'all along the way. So um, again, I'm excited, and I hope you'll join me for this journey. Um, First up, let me show you how I did this in 2009. Starting off with a self-assessment, 360 view analysis, or like I like to call it, facing the truth. So first I had to get real with myself. I was 45 to 50 pounds overweight with really high body fat. My diet, a total mess. Think takeout, not enough water, just really very little positive that I could say other than I knew what I should be doing. I just wasn't doing it. I was completely sedentary, struggling to climb the stairs in my fifth floor walk-up apartment, huffing and puffing the whole way. My sleep, inconsistent, poor quality, was just something I wasn't prioritizing at all at that time. And after a car accident a few years back, my body was completely busted up, had a lot of movement issues, misaligned spine, hip out of whack. So I accepted all of this. I knew it was going to be a process. There was going to be no quick fix. But I did know that, like, the starting point, like knowing where I'm at is key. Taking stock of my weight, energy, movement, diet, sleep. It's be honest with yourself. It's the foundation for change. Next, I focused on rebuilding my foundation. I'm really big on foundation first, whether you're a beginner, a novice, just starting out, or you're seasoned and you identify some type of cracks in the foundation from an injury, from training or outside or whatever it may be. For me, the car accident had left my body out of alignment. I'd mentioned again, spine, hips, neck, all that kind of stuff. And I realized actually, like as good as I am with corrective exercise and injury rehab, that I wasn't going to be able to do this on my own. So I got the help of a physical therapist, a very talented massage therapist. And I started out with real gentle work. Like some of my workouts might have been literally just gentle stretches and corrective exercises. But think of it like fixing the frame of a house before adding walls. If you've got injuries or movement issues, prioritizing fixing those first. It's not sexy, but it's critical. So for me, this meant consistent physical therapy, massage therapy, and mobility work to move pain-free again. Small steps really do add up to big results. Change doesn't happen overnight. I started with small, doable steps that led to big results. For my diet, for example, I went from eating some maybe like chicken parm and pasta to let's still order out, but let's order some healthier, maybe like grilled chicken and rice or something like that. I drank more water. I was barely drinking at all, so I was like, hey, like, can I add a cup of water a day for the next week and get my hydration levels up? All in all, these small, for exercise started simple too, like even just short walks, like maybe a 10-minute walk is my cardio for the day. The weights are going to be light, even though I know I've lifted more. Now, really just anything to move and, allowing these small wins to build momentum. So pick one or two habits like better food choices or, short walks or whatever it may be for you and stick with them. Consistency compounds over time. Consistent reassessments help drive and sustain motivation. Business leader Peter Drucker said, "What gets measured gets improved." And that was my mantra, still my mantra. I reassess regularly to track progress. Could I climb the stairs to my fifth floor apartment without huffing and puffing? Could I lift more weight than last month? I check the scale regularly. How are my clothes fitting? For especially my shoulders and my hips, how is my range of motion? Simple tests like touching my toes, or I love the functional movement screen. That'll be for another video. Tracking body composition is great too. But in addition to these kind of measurables, it's, you want to set performance benchmarks. The scale might not always move down, but if you're lifting more weight or at least doing more sets and reps, those are wins, and you want to celebrate them no matter how small. And those will help really drive and continue to sustain your motivation. Now, you need a plan. Without one, you're probably just working out and not training. And there's nothing wrong with just working out. But the more seasoned and conditioned you become, the more essential it is that you have some type of program that you're following that's constantly progressing moving forward. The problem with workouts is they're more random, and you might not be really getting to that progressive overload that you need to change in any regard: cardio, strength, endurance. I created a program that was challenging but flexible. If something wasn't working, like an exercise that hurt or just didn't feel right, I adjusted the method but stuck to the principle. Those are the steps that I took to transform in 2009. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start where you are, assess, take a step, and keep going. So I'm going to be putting out videos every week, at least one video a week. My next video is going to be giving a good overview of basically how did I lose 78 pounds in 7 months. I think that's pretty damn impressive. Come join me in my next video where I'll be going through everything I did again, just like I spoke on this video of the overarching steps that I took. I'm going to be giving those same steps, but with more detail, more applicable actions that you could take from this current journey. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep pushing forward together. I'll see you on the next one.